La 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 la. My name's Sophia Bruck. I'm a snowboarder from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm a junior at the Ohio State University right now studying aviation management. Professionally, I'm a flight instructor, so I teach students how to fly airplanes. I can fly an aircraft myself. I do have my commercial pilot license. Other than work and snowboarding, though, I'm a skater. I love God and my family. Board sports finding their way to me. So when I was 5, I started skiing, and from skiing, honestly, I got a little bored of it. And when I was 10, we took a trip to Holiday Valley in Ellicottville, New York. That was a game changer. I told my mom I wanted to try snowboarding, and she got me a lesson. And by the end of the day, I was going to show my dad everything I'd learned. And we went up the main slope in Holiday Valley, and it was called Mardi Gras. I was like, "Yeah, Dad, watch all these heel and toe turns I've learned." And I ended up following my butt every time. It took 30 minutes to get down. Halfway down the slope, ski patrol came and asked if I was okay. And I said, I'm fine, because I'd get up, fall, get up, fall. And they're like, "We can bring the toboggan down or help escort you," because they thought I was hurt and I was just my first day snowboarding. So that's how I got into it. And then from there, I just loved it. Even from falling the first day of failure, and now I fail every day, but as long as you get back up, that's kind of why I fell in love with it. But when I was 12, that's when 12 or 13, that's when park riding really started, because I ended up meeting a bunch of friends that were young. I was in the right place at the right time, and they ended up wanting to do backflips off this crummy side hit at Mad River Mountain in Zanesfield, Ohio. And I was trying it to my neck. Thank God I didn't break it. But from there, the love of jumps, jibs, and rails just took off.
Sophia coming down, coming around. There's the first one. Yep. There it is. Perfect.
So that day, the backflip day, coming from there, I met this girl named Caitlin Adams. And she was from 30 minutes away from my hometown, but we had the same local mountain ski hill. 300-foot vertical drop is all we had. Maybe. Maybe. Um, she talked about this place called MSA, Mount Snow Academy. And it was this private school where you'd go and live in these dorm situation with a house mom. And you do Monday through Thursday, half day school, half day riding, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all snowboarding. And I ate that up. I said, I want that. And I didn't even know how to hit a rail at that point. Maybe I did, but I'd taco more than often than not. And I went out for the spring session during my spring break. I met Anthony Corbo and Tommy Burke, the two main coaches, and Casey Willax, who came in. He was doing some East Coast venture and knows those guys really well, and ended up riding, making a video. It's way down on my Instagram. Couldn't even 50-50 an entire route, but absolutely adored it and loved the community out in Vermont. And ended up getting financial aid to go for the next year. And I ended up attending in 2019, January through April, taking the spring semester off of my freshman year of high school.
What is it you want to do when you grow up?
Hey, yo, I'm gonna be a tit out. That's all my eyes can see. Victory is mine, yeah, surprisingly. I've been laying, waiting for your next mistake. I put in work and watch my status escalate. Now I'ma start collecting profit.
From the first year that I did it in 2019, there was me, Sophia Bruck, there was Sierra Claudio, and there was Caitlin Adams. And those are the three that were on the team. It was just us three. And there was maybe 12, 13 other guys with us and 2 male head coaches. And then the second year, it was just me, and Sierra Claudio riding together. But there was a woman coach named Lauren Bruno who was pretty awesome, and she surfs and everything, and I keep up to date with her. She was a really big inspiration for me, just bringing her on the team. She could land a trick like a boss woman, so I looked up to her.
Seeing her rip and also be your coach, that must have been like a really cool, like, oh, this is someone I can like relate with.
Yeah, I would say Caitlin Adams was the first girl that I was really like, whoa, she's good. Because she could board slide and I could barely 50-50. But then seeing Lauren, who was 28 that time, who had been ripping and was in the scene and knew like how to snowboard, she was definitely one of the first women that I'd met that was like, oh, wow, you actually have this going for you. That's awesome. The 2 years that I went there right before COVID was a dream come true. I look back on those days very grateful that I had that opportunity to meet the people, learn how to live life, and more importantly, understand what snowboarding means to me.
Who has made like a huge impact on like you and like continuing to chase your dreams?
I will definitely say in the beginning from Mount Snow Academy, it was my mom and dad. Of course, it was my mom and dad because they allowed my dreams to come true. And if you don't let your child's dreams have an attempt of coming true, you're taking away their hope. And I thank God that my parents let my dream just have the ability to plant a seed and send me to the school, or even just keep on buying me gear when I wasn't even old enough to have a job. That was huge because that kept me going. And then COVID happened, and I thought I could do it on my own out west. So I had a coach named Will Rivera. He was awesome. He definitely showed me the cool side of things, and like, you don't have to do one way or another. You can ebb and flow it. Really shout out to that guy. He's been in the game for decades by now. I took 2 seasons off, and when I came back into the game, I was like, let me do peanut butter jelly rail jams, like super easy stuff at the mountain. And I ended up meeting a crew from Mad River, and Tyler Brandon, awesome guy. He has like mentored me. He's like my big brother in the snow world at home, because when you're riding in Ohio with little terrain, not a lot of people, not a lot of park riders, when you find somebody and then a group of you like cling to that because it really helps you keep going. So I would say he's really helped me at home. And then last year I went out to Vermont and did the mental meetup at Darkside Snowboards. Laura Rodrowski, Aaron Alexander, who I met at USASA competitions my first year at MSA, like 2019, I met her. It is a game changer. Meeting people that love snowboarding, want to help other people snowboarding. That was my first exposure to a large group of women that showed me there's so much more than just yourself in a sport, but there's everyone else who collaboratively wants to be there, be creative, and have fun. And that's what snowboarding's turned into for me. I will say that the times that I felt really crappy on my day and I go bored, I do have good people out on the mountain still supporting me, which has always been a good one. We're All Mental is great, though. Laura, shout out Laura.
Shout out Laura.
I recently was set up at a rail jam. My buddies, they did the rail jam, and I'm really close with them, and they were like, yeah. So I had a tent and was giving out stuff. Yeah, turnout was awesome. 80 people came, maybe 20 people attended the pre-jam prayer, which is like a fourth. Everyone wanted stickers, and we gave out the big raffle bags, which was awesome. People got sweatshirts, hats. I had a skate shop called Embassy in Columbus donate to snapbacks, and I had another shop called Colorado Mountain Sports in Columbus donate some gear. So I was pretty sick on the sponsors for it. Yeah, so Redeem Riders, the goal was to get a bunch of people in the community to just show up and like set up at a skate park, bring pizza and Gatorades and just make friends. And then hopefully start introducing who Jesus is and sharing the gospel for the first time. I just want to give back to those people in those communities, making Jesus known, and that it's an action sports collective, a skate, ski, snowboard um, collective for any kind of rider. But that's where my heart is. Thank God for this question. The best place in the Midwest. The Midwest is honestly a lot bigger than what you'd think. So I'm from Ohio, and when I think of Midwest, I think the stuff around me is Indiana, Michigan. Indiana's to the left of us. Pennsylvania's to the right. Michigan's up above, and West Virginia's down below. However, Wisconsin's like 3 states over still considered the Midwest, and Minnesota's still considered the Midwest. But that's a 13-hour car drive from me, and it's still the Midwest. So it's really big. But I'm gonna have to say I just recently visited Trollhagen. That's gotta be one of the best spinning ropes in the Midwest. That, and also Pine Knob Park. PK does it best out in Clarkston, which is just north of Detroit. Gotta shout them out. Pine Knob is where I first did my tow rope. The first tow rope I've ever been on. It was a dream. Was a dream. They've held the Knob project there from Snowboy. They've held everything, and honestly just been one of the best places to go ride and just meet everyone, the most insane locals. So yeah.
Top events of the 2024 season.
2024. So the biggest one I had ever competed in was the Toyota takeover at Seven Springs, and I actually won the event. I won $2,500. There was 12 snowboarders, which was the biggest like women's division I'd ever been in. Usually I've competed against like 3, 4. But it was a really heavy rail gym that they brought in and had a huge cash purse. And I was like, okay, Dad, let's go. My dad drove me, and we all made friends. And some of the people from the Vermont Mental Meetup were there. That event was huge. Like, not in the amount of people that watched, but just in the money and the heavy setup. They had so many rails that I was like, oh. But I don't know. God willing, I won. I'd never felt victory like that, especially in snowboarding. I'd say the other event was the Goon Jam last year at Pine Knot, because that's where I met my first sponsor, Snow Vibes Snowboards, an East Coast company from Jersey. Super sick. We stayed in contact, and now I'm on tour for 10 days with him and doing some stuff with Snowboy. I got another sponsor called Check the Feed. Like, without that event and just being introduced to him, I probably wouldn't be here right now. It was just timing, networking, all of it colliding, coming together. One of those wonders and signs, right? Yeah, that was a year ago on Saturday. So a year ago in 2 days, I had the event that basically just changed my direction. I never would have thought I'd be in Snowboy right now. Like, I'm in Snowboy. I'm in a project. Like, yeah, 10-day tour in the East Coast right now. Like, December, really quickly, 2024, I was just in Minnesota at Trollhagen, just riding the Take the Rake set. And then I popped over here to the east and I did the bomb hole.
Competing in the bomb hole beatdown. Do you like actively like listen to the bomb hole? Are you a fan? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Should I expose myself right now?
You can totally expose yourself.
I honestly don't watch that much snowboarding or listen to that much snowboarding. I'm really bad at it because I don't really watch that much video. Like, I just don't. I don't know. I've watched all the Dustbox videos, and that's the only people I can really tell you I've watched. But other than that, I'm really slow at it. I don't know why. That's no excuse. I need to get better at it. But like bomb hole, it was really sick competing in bomb hole. I would say the setup was pretty heavy, especially on like the rail side. It was really nice seeing, 300 people out watching you and, talking to the announcer, just seeing all the girls come. I do wish I won some cash, but we can be pressed on that another day, not today. We're chilling. We're just glad that everyone won and had a smile. I had a smile on my face either way. Why wouldn't I be stoked? It's one of the heaviest competitions out there. So, did the Goon Jam at Bousquet, which was so sick. Meeting everybody there. I was at Killington too. I was at Killington a couple days ago and rode park and trees, and that was actually the first time I'd ridden Killington in a year, and it was awesome. I also went to Sugarbush for the first time too. That was really sick. I do miss my tow rope though.
Earlier today, we talked about you said you aren't that big on jumps.
I do love a 25 footer. I could rock a 25 footer jump. Anything greater than that, I'm like, I have to go too fast into that. I don't like it. That's another thing I'm really working on this season is going fast into things and feeling comfortable with them. I love jibbing. Like, I love jibbing and hitting rails. It's really fun for me because I feel like I really like the controllability and maneuverability of my board feel, right? So just feeling more comfortable going faster while maintaining the controllability of my board is like, that's the progression for this year. And then doing this loon project for the next 3 days. Super stoked meeting everybody, just shaking hands and smiling, sharing smiles, right? That's what it's about. And then I drive through Canada tomorrow. We're going to ride a resort in Canada. It'll be my first time there. And then back to Goon Jam at Pine Knob, the 3-hour local. So if we ever want a good ride, we go to Pine Knob. And then from there, 2025 is looking like February. I got invited to Jibba Jabba in Houghton, Michigan, which is in the Upper Peninsula. So it's like a street style course, small, think a smaller heavy metal. So that'll be really interesting. And then my friends are convincing me to come up to Last Call in March. So we'll definitely see what this next snow adventure takes me. But I finish my semester in April, so I'm definitely praying that in May I can go live out in Bishop again with my cousins and snowboard Mamba.
Where do you see snowboarding like fitting in your future? Like, is it something that you hope to always like kind of have part of you?
Yeah, praise the Lord, honestly, for snowboarding. I don't know what I'd do in the winter without it, you know what I mean? Like, snowboarding, she's gonna be sticking around for a while, I'm hoping. I really took time off. I took 2 years off, which is nothing honestly in the grand scheme of things. But 2 years off reminded me how much I just enjoyed the sport, why I started it in the first place. We're back and we're loving it, and I'm hoping that by the time I'm 45, I can be still shredding and just having a community that's even bigger than the one it is today. To just have behind my back. And then in the short term goal, I really hope to, if I could go to the X Games street style, Red Bull heavy metal, and I know that the Olympics is going to put the rail jam in. And it's not going to be like the competitions of I have to be there. It used to be when I'd compete, I have to win because I have to go to USASA winning nationals to get into Rev, to get into NORAMs, to get into FIS. This is no. I just want to do it because I actually kind of like competing and rail jamming. That's actually kind of fun for me. Not because I have to do it. It's just that's what makes me happy at the end of the day. So let's talk about today is when you do tricks and you get caught up in your head, don't do it to just do it. Do something that you like doing, that you have fun doing. So that's the unspoken, just spoken, hot off the press release of Sophia's dreams. But if that doesn't happen and there's a direction elsewhere, I'd love to just produce videos, have fun with friends, and meet a snowboard hubby. So that's where we are.
How has snowboarding shaped you as a woman?
Oh, it was good. Snowboarding taught me that I can still wear pretty dresses. I can put makeup on. I can still feel beautiful, but feel like a badass on a snowboard at the same time. Like, I tell you, I love the sundresses. I'm a sundress girl. I love it. I love feeling clean. And then when I snowboard, let me tell you, I feel like the grungiest human ever, but the most badass woman ever. Like, I can conquer the world. And I think that just teaches me that I don't have to fit one stereotype. I don't. There's no point. I was not made to fit one stereotype. And I think we can trap ourselves. I can trap myself in this way, especially being in university right now. I'm just this university student doing this, and this, fitting in with the rest of the bunch when, like, no, bro. Like, there's so much more out there. There is so much more out there. You're not just one person in one stereotype. You can be whoever you want to be. And if you're not yourself, you're a waste of the person you're meant to be. So, you.
What advice do you have for other young women in the sport of snowboarding, trying to chase their dreams?
I wish that I respected myself to know that I'm worth more than just snowboarding. As much as I love the sport, it's not the end all be all. And we get caught up. I got caught up in it's the end all be all when there is so much more to life. And, having fun is why we do these things. Loving, like, why would we do something if we didn't love it, right? So I just would recommend don't get caught up in who you are in this activity. Don't get caught up in there's no point. There's just have fun doing it. Love what you're doing. Love what you're doing. Don't make what you're doing who you are.
La 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 la. How do you not act right?
How do I not act right?
That pushes boundaries, sets you apart from societal standards.
It's gotta be the fact that I just like do stuff. I don't even know. How do I even break boundaries? I don't know. Do I actually break boundaries? A woman in snow sports, woman who skate, woman who surf, woman who do adventure sports is so unheard of or untalked about, especially in the Midwest, though, where I grew up, because there's not any of it. There's no oceans. There's not a mountain. There's skate parks, but it's hard to bridge that gap. I don't know. It's just very unheard of in the Midwest, and it's only where I've lived. So it's meeting other girls, and I feel like for myself, I feel like I do stuff, and women should be able to just do stuff. Like, why can't we do stuff? It's so simple. Like, in all honesty, like, I want to be a traditional wife. Like, I love the cooking. I love it. Like, being the mother, like, providing for my kids, like, loving my kids. But I'm still going to do stuff. Like, I'm still going to fly airplanes. I'm still going to skate. I'm still going to snowboard. I'm still going to surf. I'm still going to run. I'm still going to do ceramics. I'm still going to read my Bible. Praise God. Like, I'm still going to do stuff. So I'm not just conforming to one stereotype. Like, I can be anything I want to be. So.
La 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 la. This is my stop. Got to get off. I may go hop. Excuse me. Excuse me. I've got to be direct. If I'm wrong, please correct. You're standing on my neck. You're standing on my neck. You're standing on my neck. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Wow, this is last call.
Indonesianos.
We can end it on that if you want.
First.
I thought it was two.
La 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 la